Hello everyone and welcome back to Thoughts on the Track. Yes, I've been gone a week and a half. I don't know, I guess my New Year's resolution this year was to be more lazy. But anyway, today we're going to be discussing 3DS Rosalina's Ice World. This comes from Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, as the track was originally in Mario Kart 7. Now, any track that makes references to Super Mario Galaxy as this one does, definitely pulls at the heartstrings for me. Its beauty shines in HD, a feat we haven't seen yet unless we get Super Mario Galaxy 3. Come on, Nintendo, please. But anyway, you're tired of hearing me talk about Super Mario Galaxy. Let's just address the question at hand. Is the track enjoyable to play? Well, that's where things get a little more complicated. So yes, the environment of the track is great, but let's talk about the track design. So pretty soon after the starting gate, you're presented with a turn that you can get a purple drift on. And that's always great, right? Well, the turn is tilted towards the abyss, so you kind of feel like you're flirting with death the whole time. Maybe for some people, but it's not for me. Then you get some half pipes that were added in, which is indeed a good touch. You have diverging sections between underwater and above ground, and to me personally, underwater is where it's prettier, but we'll talk more about that for the track artwork. Overall, there's something about the turns that just feel a bit uncomfy and slanted. The ice mechanics, as is the case with the other icy tracks in this game, that's not really what gives you the challenge. Other Mario Kart games have been far slippier. Instead, this track has a lot of design that's just questionable. Another example is that shortcut at the end. You mistime things and you're falling off. Or you could be boosting straight into the slower ice out of bounds on the right. Call it a skill issue if you want, but I like my mushroom shortcuts like, you know, Daisy Circuit personally. But then we get to the track artwork section where I'll paint a much nicer picture. You get a lot of the beautiful shades of blue between the ice, the water, and the sky. Of course you have the beautiful northern lights shining in the sky, or as intellectual gamers call it, Aurora Borealis. As was the case in the Mario Kart 7 original, you get a beautiful view of the Comet Observatory, harkening back to some good old Mario Galaxy nostalgia. The track truly is a great dedication to Rosalina in my opinion. You have penguins above the ground to dodge as obstacles, as well as these huts with Shy Guys on top of them. Underwater is a majestic sea of coral, as well as penguins again, this time swimming at you. That makes me think, if and when Mario Kart 9 ever comes out, you think the penguin suit should be an item somehow? Anyway, off topic. The artwork in this track is great, but as I mentioned in the previous video, it only gets better as the Spiny Cup goes along. Finally, we have the music, and in my opinion, it's very solid. I don't believe it changes very much from the Mario Kart 7 version, it just gets a bit of a facelift. But that facelift does help, as I thought the 3DS original just sounded a bit muffled. Like, it always fit the theme of the track well because it is a pretty song, and a song that's calm and relaxed. A song that again kind of goes back to some of the subdued songs from Mario Galaxy. But now it gets the boost of live orchestration and it sounds great. The main melody is quite ear-catching and you get these prettier, higher instruments followed by a sort of lower dun 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 sort of counter melody going on. What instruments these are playing, I don't know exactly. All I know is it creates a nice pretty sound. So overall, what are my thoughts on the recreation of 3DS Rosalina's Ice World? Well, first of all, yes, I have to ding the track a bit for a lackluster design. Now, I don't dislike everything about it, because adding half pipes to the track, as well as having that solid split between the above ground section and the underwater, you know I like all that, but those turns can feel uncomfortable, like you're teetering at an unstable angle, and of course that shortcut at the end, like I don't even know if it's much of a shortcut. So overall, I give the track design a 5 out of 10. But then the artwork is where things improve substantially, as you have a penguin-filled, northern light shining world of ice-cold beauty. So I give the visuals in this track an 8 out of 10. I was debating a 9 out of 10, but then I thought to myself, did this improve super substantially from the 3DS version? And obviously it improved, but not the degree to get a super high rating. Finally, the music is just very solid, and I'd say it did improve substantially from the 3DS version. It's not the greatest, but I still do quite like it, so the music gets a 7 out of 10. So we average everything together and we get a 6.6 out of 10. Yes, it's dragged down a bit by subpar track design, sure. But overall, 3DS Rosalina's Ice World is not a bad world to be in. Well, what are your thoughts on 3DS Rosalina's Ice World? Was my rating of the track too low or perhaps too generous? Let me know in the comments. Also, I know I've been gone the past week and a half, but I have spent a good amount of that time playing Super Mario Wonder. So yes, I finally am going to try and whip up a legitimate review of that game within the next week and put my own spin on it. Stay tuned for that. Until then, bye bye.